As of this month, 45 transgender people have been victims of fatal violence, according to GLAAD, and those are just the cases we know about. The fact does remain, it is one of the most marginalized and targeted communities that doesn't always get the attention they need.
Yeah, this week is Transgender Awareness Week, and today Transgender Day of Remembrance. And joining us is Sean Ebony Coleman, founder of the Bronx-based advocacy group Destination Tomorrow. Sean, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, we want to talk about this. We want to talk about why this week and today in particular are just so important in your community.
I think it's really based on what you just said, right? This year, we're on task to have the deadliest year of violence perpetuated against trans folks, and largely it's black and brown trans people. I'm going to make one correction. It's not 45, it's 46. So the number climbs every day.
Yeah.
So we want to honor those who've lost their lives to senseless violence, right? But we also want to raise awareness. We want folks to understand that when you're having these conversations about violence within the community and you're looking for solutions, you cannot ignore the trans community because we face the same violence. So when we're having these discussions, we have to be included.
Right. The good thing is we are having these discussions.
Yes.
There does seem to be legislation being put in place to move these efforts forward. Earlier this week, Governor Hochul signed legislation to protect both sex trafficking victims as well as a person's preferred pronouns. You were right there beside her as she signed this legislation. So, Sean, what are your hopes for this bill?
My hope is that folks understand that this bill has passed, right? The purpose of it. These were common sense bills. So we now have to make sure community members understand these bills, they understand their rights, and that advocates are making sure that they're exercising these rights. It means nothing to have a bill if we don't understand it and we're not utilizing it.
And let's talk about your organization. How do you play a role in all of it? Destination Tomorrow, how do you work within the community?
We do so much. Destination Tomorrow is the Bronx LGBT Center. Our whole goal is economic empowerment, right? We want to give our community members the tools they need to be successful. So we do direct service and job readiness, GED, financial literacy, and partnership with TD Bank. But outside of that, what we do is we have housing, right? Housing insecurity is a problem across all communities, but when you're dealing with transgender folks and gender non-conforming folks, it becomes particularly dangerous, especially when you're putting them in shelter systems. So our goal was to open an emergency housing program, 90-day emergency program for trans and gender non-conforming folks 25 and over. So that's the second project we run. And then the third project we just got funded to redo is the Gilead Transcend project. So what Gilead Science has done is they've given us $1 million for the second year in a row to re-gift to other trans organizations on a national lens. To date, we've funded 32 trans organizations for a total of $750,000.
Wow.
You guys are doing incredible work.
Thank you so much.
And when you look at the LGBTQ spectrum, it seems as though the transgendered community, they're the least forgotten. Within that, as you just mentioned, we said 45, it went up 46,
yes.
Right? There's always someone's life being taken at the hands of violence here. But you guys are shining a spotlight on that with the Vigilant March from Manhattan to the Bronx. Tell us about that and what you hope to achieve.
So our vigil is going to happen tonight, so I'm going to run back uptown so I can make it on time.
Thank you for coming by.
So I can make it on
for us.
time. But I'm hopeful that friends, family, and allies are going to come out. I'm hopeful that there's going to be a raised awareness around what's happening in the community. I'm hoping that community members understand that we're here, we're your neighbors, and fellowship is what we want to do. We have to figure out a way to unify the communities because we're all facing the same issues. Unemployment, homelessness, food insecurity is pervasive across all communities, and we have to figure out how we work together.
Education being a big part of that.
Yes. So thank you for the platform.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for running down here and talking with us, and let you run
it.
back uptown. But we appreciate it. We'd love to have you back anytime.
Yes.
Just call, I'll be here.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And good luck with tonight's
Thank
event.
you.
We appreciate you.